Thank you, Jeannie and Kay, for the sharing session earlier. Reskilling and upskilling is the way to go to stay competitive. For the next segment, we invite Dr. Tam, MDIS Dean, and Ms. Jeannie Lim, Assistant Program Manager from the School of Health and Nursing, back to the screen to talk about top-up engineering, nursing, safety, health, and environmental management programs for working professionals. Dr. Tam and Jeannie, please.
Hey, then good afternoon and welcome to join us today. Today I have Ginny with us here.
Thank you.
She's in charge of the School of Health and Nursing.
Yes.
Right. So today we talk about the reskilling, upskilling, and a response to staying, competitive in the current industries. So as we can see, for the past 2 years, the pandemic has bring us a very challenging times, and a lot of us might have be retrenched, or maybe we lost our jobs, and we need to relook into the new area where we can work again, or we can explore, right? Ginny, from your experience, or maybe in your schools, in the nursing and healthcare, do you see a lot of these changes, or the workers or the frontliners upgrading themselves from what they currently have?
Yes, a lot of them actually, a lot of those, all the nurses that are coming in actually for the Bachelor of Nursing are actually upskilling. They are all upgrading themselves to a degree. They've realized that with the pandemic happening, that the skills aren't just enough. They need a lot of critical thinking skills. They need to understand research as well. So they are actually coming in more to really expand your horizons and get a degree as well. And we've also seen the same for also even the healthcare administrators side. They actually do want to get the paper to sort of match what the practical skills have pushed them to do, to match their current practical skills as well.
Yeah, this same scenario happens in engineering as well as the safety and health professionals, because a lot of them, they have been in the industry for 10 years, 20 years, but it's time for them to upgrade themselves, to learn new skills, to learn new knowledge, so that they can catch up to the current challenging environment. So I do see a lot of these technicians or senior engineers or technicians coming back to studies with us, as well as the safety officers. So they upgrade themselves so that they can career advance in their career as well. So from the nursing point of view, right, so if they have a diploma, so they can join your program, or they have any diploma background and they can join the Master in Public Health or the Masters in
healthcare management. Well. Yeah. So for the nursing program, unfortunately, because it is accredited by Singapore Nursing Board, so we do have to follow Singapore Nursing Board rules, which is that you have to be a nurse working in Singapore, as well as licensed by, unfortunately, by the Singapore Nursing Board to be able to do the bachelor degree program here. But there are alternatives, which would be, for example, we have a bachelor degree in the healthcare management. We do have the master's program as well in public health, Masters of Public Health, and healthcare management as well. All these are kind of a sort of response also to like the way the pandemic has changed a lot of things. People are also realizing that these skills have been sort of like pushed to the back burner kind of thing, but now they're realizing the kind of need to really catch up with all the trends that are happening and to be able to like better handle the trends. I'm sure it's also the same for technology, especially, and engineering.
Yeah. So I can see that you have the the bachelors for bachelor top up for those who have diplomas to upgrade themselves to have the bachelor in healthcare management. And then once they complete the bachelor in healthcare management, actually they can move forward, they can move to the next level to obtain the master's with healthcare management as well.
Yeah.
So there will be two different universities that you are offering in your schools?
Yes, the Bachelor of Healthcare Management is offered by the TESAC University, so they're also well known also for their healthcare programs. It's quite a good grounding, I think, for those who are not used to the amount of all the theory and research that they're doing. Because once you move on to the master's level, you are expected to really understand research a lot better. This is unfortunately a skill set that is not really very strong in our Asian side of things. Unfortunately, we don't have very strong research backgrounds for most of our healthcare people, which is also why a lot of people are realizing when they go to the degree, then they hit the research side of things and struggle a little bit. So we do have there's the TESAC University and then Northumbria University. So Northumbria University, for example, has a very strong research background. They are also very well known in the healthcare field as well. And but of course, all these can't happen. These organizations also can't run without other kind of workers as well. So we have so even though we do have very more opportunities for healthcare people, the healthcare industry isn't just made out of them. We do actually rely a lot on, for example, our technology side of things as well. We're changing. there's a lot more technology used in the hospitals, for example, in clinics. Our current pandemic is calling for a lot of new skills and new ways to do things as well.
Yeah, I think it's same for engineering as well. So a lot of my students currently,
Yeah.
they're working in the industry for some of them 20 years, some of them 30 years.
Yeah.
They come back to upgrade themselves during this time. They say, oh, this is the best time for me to upgrade myself, to improve my knowledge so that I can move forward or I can have more opportunities when the pandemic's, I mean, I don't say over, but to the new stage, right?
Yes.
So we do see a lot of this in my school as well, the safety and health. So they come to join us, they have the diploma, they have to come over to join us to have the degree, and then with the degree, they get to get a license from the MOM recognitions.
Yeah.
So after that, they join us again for the masters as well, because they need a masters to move to the next level of the career. For example, as the director of safety and health, because safety and health through the pandemics have there have been emphasis on the health on the work environment. So a lot of them has coming in to upgrade their knowledge to see how best they can provide a better workplace, a better safe place for us to work when we come back to the working environment, workspace. So we do see a lot of these professionals coming to upgrade, not only to the degree level, they also coming back for the master's level, because we offer both levels, degree and master's, for the safety and health as well. So I see them coming back because they say, okay, I need to upgrade myself because I need to advance further to in my degree to a next level. That's another, our School of Engineering and Technologies, the students coming from. So coming back to you, I believe that you also went through some upskilling and reskilling yourself.
Reskilling,
towards yourself. Can you share with us your experience or your journey?
Yeah, for me, because one of those, it was also one of those school people who unfortunately didn't quite know what they wanted to do when I left school. So I went to event management at first, but then eventually I felt that event management, I didn't really see much challenge after a while, in the sense of like it's just a lot of tension and deadlines. But then so I went to join nursing, and it was a very big change. So for those who are actually very scared about, say, joining any science or IT, if you feel that your maths or science isn't good enough, you don't have to. I mean, it's not impossible. It's really not impossible. I myself, when I left school, I thought I was going to be really an art student kind of thing. I only took one science subject, so and I did pass a science subject at least, but I didn't have any biology background even. So when I went to join nursing, it was a bit of a struggle as well. But I said it's not impossible. So if you really have set your goal to say that okay, unfortunately I've been retrenched in this, but I really want to join. This has been my dream secretly to be something else. Whether it's a nurse, or whether it's maybe to work in a lab, or to really do something that is very that is more aligned to our current world events. This is really the time to consider a new exploration to this area, and then don't be intimidated that you don't have, say, the basic science skills for this. You can overcome this.
So you're not into science, but but you're not afraid of blood? But some of them can't take blood, right?
No.
So when they see blood, oh no, they just faint here.
Well, with blood, unfortunately, yes. This one is unfortunate because from front line you can't run from the blood. But like I said, in a healthcare especially, it's very, very broad. You can be an administrator. You can go into nutrition science, unless you're scared of chicken blood. That one is quite different from because you're handling food now, say, for example. So you can be a nutritionist, a dietitian. This is first for our private school. So we have a nutrition science bachelor program. So the students can study with us if they have a diploma in nutrition science with a polytechnic, they can actually do the top-up program and then graduate with a degree in 1 year.
I think nutrition is a new area and interesting area where we have a lot of these aging populations. I think nutrition play a really important part in their daily life, or maybe to promote their health, right? Mm-hmm. So in the top-up program, so they go through the diploma, and then they can come to the top-up in nutrition program as well?
Yes. So I think they do need to have the diploma in order to do top-up program. But if they don't have the the diploma in the relevant field, they can do the full program, which is a 3-year course. Unfortunately, but you will graduate with a bachelor degree in nutrition science after this. This is offered by our Roehampton University.
So if they have the maybe some working experience in nutrition area, can they come to join the program as well?
They can come to join the program, yes.
So there will be two pathways, right?
Yes, there's 2 pathways. So it allows a bit more flexibility also. So if you're worried about, say, your qualifications, we can look at it, take a look at it, and find out whether it is which pathway you'll be better suited for as well.
So even though you're working but you don't have the relevant qualifications, you can still come to join the top-up program with your working experience through the prior experience route, right?
Yeah.
So that is another area I think a lot of us might think of, change our course.
Yeah.
For me, it's direct because from O-level, then I switch to polys and a degree or in engineering. So totally different from yours. Just
Really
upskill.
upskilling.
But in the same area, but you are different, but you're moving from one area, from event management, nursing. So it's really a shift from 360 degrees shift from pure arts and then you go to the pure science, something like that.
Something like that, yes.
So what keep you going in completing your nursing studies?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was similar to how some people had to do self-reflection during pandemic. At that point in time, I was like, I don't. What do I want to do next? And I didn't want it to be like the same thing I was going to do. And if I'm doing something for the next 5 years, 10 years, it's something that I want to find that's meaningful to me. So at that time, to me, I felt that nursing is very meaningful. So I felt that yes, even though it is difficult, it's definitely going to be difficult. Once you set the goals, and then once I joined the class, it also turned out that yes, there's a lot of people who are very motivated also, because I'm not the only person who is also reskilling. So even among nurses, if I said this, a lot of them also were actually joining the nursing with similar backgrounds. I think there was quite a few engineers in my class even. Yeah, actually, surprisingly, and then they joined nursing as well because they wanted to change their career and see whether this would be something they would be passionate about. And most of them were very driven as well. So that really helped to motivate also all of us who were maybe not so strong in the science part.
So it's your passions, then your peers or your classmates that keep you going, right? For example, for myself, it was a different case. For myself, because when I'm doing the PhDs, I'm alone in the whole project. So I'm taking the project by myself, and what I learn from there is the support from the supervisors or the learning environment. So every day I will meet my supervisor, so he will tell me, okay, you have to keep this doing. So this is your milestones you have to achieve. You need to publish your papers by this time. So I said, okay, sure. So when I start to publish my first paper, that is the first motivations. I can do it. Because before that, you think that, to publish a paper is really difficult, man.
Yeah.
Right? It takes a lot of time for you to write, to read. Then when you get it, the first one, it will motivate you to go further. So when I complete my PhD, I managed to publish about 10 papers. So wow, this is another milestones to achieve. But that is will keep us going. But what I'm trying to say is the learning environment and the support, right?
Yes.
So I believe the same for you while you're doing your nursing program. So, right? So the support given to you is really important for either your supervisors or your lecturers.
Yeah. And the guidance in your case, I would say that was really important as well, because like right now also we do a lot of online lessons, for example. It's not just not just seeing somebody just working hard is not sometimes enough also. It's also like good guidance as well, and then in a way that you know that okay, what you are. It helps that there's really a goal that you can sort of build towards, and then I think that really helps to keep people going, whether it's upskilling or reskilling in a way also.
It's like just sharing earlier. So when we are at O level, when we are at A levels, so really we are at the cross junctions.
Yes.
We don't know what we want to do. Either when you finish your NITEC, what is next? Yeah. Should I go to work? Should I continue straight away from my studies? Right, this is the dilemma that we are in.
Yeah.
So that to choose what are the things that we really want to work. But it's okay. You just follow your passion, right?
Yeah.
What you're passionate about, then you work on it. Then with the right support, then I think everybody can do it, right? Yeah, so at MDIS, we have this the learning environment where our lecturers helping you out.
Yeah.
For example, I showed the videos earlier where our students actually win the competitions, where lecturers support them. So
Yes.
we have this integrated campus and all the facilities to support our students. So last from here, so Ginny, any advice for our audience, what they can do to upskills and what they should look after when they do upskilling?
Wow, okay. Okay, so I think for those who are really interested in upskilling, definitely, like I said, you should definitely be very sure of what you want to do, because it helps if you have a goal. And then I think don't be overwhelmed by how far away the goal seems as well. You can definitely build towards it. You can break it down in parts and then start and then move towards that goal. So it is not. I mean, people have achieved it. It's really also whether you're willing to persevere and stick it out as well. So I think, but of course, some good advice would be also from you as well, because you managed it all the way up to PhD.
Passionate about what you're doing, that is important, and then work hard for it.
Yeah.
And if you face any issues, face any problem, talk to your peers or talk to your supervisors or your lecturers. Support is always there for you. So every one of us needs support. So don't be shy that, I'm not good at this.
Yeah.
I'm shy to ask. Don't ever shut your mouth.
Yes.
Open your mouth and everything will be there for you. It's not everything, but you'll find your way there. Yes. I understand that for those working adults, they are so busy, right? So they're so busy to upgrade, so busy to update themselves. But for our programs, I think the programs that we're offering for, especially the top-up programs,
Yeah.
right? So what are duration-wise and timetable-wise, is it suitable for them to take up?
Yeah, actually we do offer a lot of flexibility. For example, the nursing program is probably one of the best flexible programs that the nurse can have. For example, there will be night classes, but it is usually a weekly thing. You do have to participate in lectures about at least once a week. You can catch up quite fairly easily, and you can also negotiate with the university, like the two modules is too heavy a load for me, for example. Maybe this term can I push it? Can I just do one module and then come back and do the next module another time? So the university is really flexible in this, and this really helps also because right now, unfortunately, with the pandemic, the healthcare workers are really feeling the stress and the workload, and some of them are finding it hard to complete. So this flexibility has really helped quite a few of them to really soldier on. They come back, so they get their stuff. They try to so they can come back and then pick up from there if they need a break as well. So that helps a lot. I think. It's really interesting to also see that they realize that it's really important to always keep on learning as well. So this is really a point that keeps them moving because they realize that it's not just enough also just to only upskill. Yes, upskill is great for say for future job for the future job or future. For their future career progression as well, but it's also that they realize that they do kind of need to have a learning habit in a sense also.
So it's important the flexibilities for studies because they really have to juggle between their jobs.
Yeah.
Some of them they have the families to juggle about, right? So the time is really limited for them. So at our all top-up programs, you can complete the programs in 1 year time, right? So you just follow us through within a year, then you can get your degree. Or 18 months for your master's program, right? So for master's program, it's a bit longer because there's a big portion, as mentioned by Jeannie, that you need to learn about the research and you need to write a really good dissertations, right? I think the dissertations form major part of the program.
Yes, the dissertation is almost 6 months of your program alone, so it is it's very important part. But the dissertation is kind of makes a master's in a sense that. So you do have to prove that, especially in healthcare, you do have to prove that you can do research. You can do research. You can argue about research as well, and then you can discuss the research well. Because if you reach that level in a sense and you cannot discuss research, then it's very hard to progress in healthcare. You can't run away from it. It's like the pandemic also like accelerated everything when it came to things like this. You must now be able to, even the frontliner had to sort of like understand quite a bit about the research or terms that they normally don't see outside the textbook, and suddenly be able to explain it to your layperson, your regular relative, or the patient, like, okay, now you're going to take this or you're going to do this because, and And then, like I said, common people are now talking about, people who are not in healthcare also are discussing vaccines, DNA, RNA, mRNA, all these things as well. So you can't run from it in a way. You have to actually keep up with it.
So I think what differentiates between a degree and a master's is really the critical thinkings and the analysis, right?
Yeah.
So you need to read a lot, and then you need to synthesize, and you need to understand and put them together and explain it. So I think that's the difference between degree and masters. So I think same thing for engineering, as also as safety as well. So we have a big chunk of time, or 6 months, for them to do their dissertations, but ours will be more practicals. They need to design, they need to come up with products, or they need to solve a problem in the industries. So it's more towards hands-on. So it's really easy if you are in the industries, you do a master's, because the reason why is because you know what you're doing, right? Because you just need to come up with a solution to what your job is doing now. For example, in the management, or for example in the engineering or safety side, you identify the problems. So during your studies, your masters, you use the problem as a case studies. And after that, most of my students will use their companies as a case studies, because it will improve the company processes. And it will contribute to the company as well. So it's a win-win situation for them. And on top of that, it's easier for the students to do that project, because they know what is happening in the company, they know the system, so they just need to plug the knowledge they learn in the master's degree and then apply it into their dissertations. And then this will come in where the lecturer will support them to further enhance the company's problem or solve the problem. So this is really a good piece of work. That's where I always advise my master's students, try to look into your company, what is the problem that your company is facing. Then with the new knowledge that you learn, with the supervisors, assistants, or talk to them, and then come up with the solutions for your company, and this will be your projects. So this really is a win-win situation for the students, where they solve a problem for the company as well. So contribution back to their own companies. So especially during their projects, really, the student always say, can I do a project on my own or a project from the supervisor? You can always choose. There will be a project by the supervisors. There will be a project you can propose. So I would always ask the master student to propose or use their own case, their own company, identify the problem in your companies, and then provide a solution to them. So this is the best way, because in your report, you can show that you have the capabilities to deliver or to solve the problems, practical applications, then you can score well in your dissertations. I believe this is the same things in as health sciences as well.
Probably not as real life, and I would say actually very, very practical as yours, because I think yours is really has really a lot of utility, and there's immediate, immediate benefits to the company when they do it. Well, probably for us is you can do more abstract in the sense of for healthcare. So because it also depends on what track you're looking at. So for example, public health tends to be more abstract because you're looking at the population as a whole. So you're looking at population health. So the problems you grapple tends to be more like wide, more macro in that sense. You're looking at, for example, COVID vaccinations, how best to maybe like arrange COVID vaccinations, or to how to like fight misinformation about COVID-19, where people have like lots of rumors like if you take this pill, this one will work to stop COVID-19, which didn't really work. So stuff like this, I think that's the good part. Healthcare management, that is really more in the sense of, yes, this is a problem facing my organization, and and then my dissertation is going to help me think about how to best problem solve it.
Because when you do your dissertation, you dive deep into the problems. You read a lot of journals, you read a lot of articles regarding about this, and come up with solutions, right? So that's how it helps you when you're upskilling and reskilling to be competitive. Because that one, the masters or the dissertation will train you in a way that you look into a problem deeply and understand it, and then find a way, find a solution to it. So that is why we need to upskill, and how our education programs provide us with a platform, provide you knowledge, and provide you with the skills to further enhance or further progress in your career. I believe so, right?
Yes.
So, Jeannie, anything more to talk about upskillings and reskillings? Any more things do you want to share?
I think one good thing would be that, yes, take a look at our programs, and I said definitely it's good to consider also for your career progression. Eventually, you'll find that you need to actually kind of like think deeper about things, how to better problem solve. Maybe sometimes it is better to like take a step out of the company a bit and look at it from a more objective eye.
Yes, yes.
So this kind of, so I think in a way, like say dissertations or masters, in a way they do provide you the tools to kind of like take a step out of the company and look at your career as well as your career progression in a more objective way,
Yeah.
and that might help you also better plan your career in future as well.
So when we're talking about upskillings, it's not necessary that if you are in the engineering degree or you have a nursing degree,
Yeah.
that you need to do a master in nursing or master in engineering.
Yes.
So you can also take a master's in business. You can do an MBA,
Yes.
right? Because MBA is a totally different perspective you bring in, because you look into the business side of your companies. So if you have an engineering degree, you can upgrade yourself to go to MBAs, and then from there you can move higher to DBA as well. Just come look at our website, okay, browse our website to see what are the areas that you can help you to upgrade yourself and update yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, with that, thanks Jeannie to join us today.
thank you, Dr.
And thank
Tom.
you for joining us today for the audience. And stay tuned for other sessions for information regarding our schools and take up. Have a good day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.